You're not failing. You're just missing the piece that actually makes everything stick. You've done the diets, you've done the programs, you've spent all the money on all the programs, you've put in the time, and you can't lose the weight. Or you can lose the weight. That's not your problem. Your problem is you can't keep it off. So you keep starting again, over and over and over. And at some point, you actually start to think, what the is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. You're just trying to change your life without changing what's actually running it. My clients are not beginners. They are expert dieters. They've done everything. Dispenza, Tony Robbins, shred, therapy, drugs, counseling, every diet you can think of. And they're successful in some areas of their life, really successful. But this one thing, they can't lock it in. And they all say the same thing. If I could just have more discipline. I'm not motivated. Other people can do it, I can't. My family's just like this. That's the story, but it's not the truth. Let's look at one of my clients. She was drinking heavily, on antidepressants, 65 pounds at least overweight, pain in her body, and nothing was working. Her pattern was friends equals food equals alcohol. And that was her identity. That was the environment she was living in. So every time she tried to change, she'd go out, she'd fall right back into it. And then she'd say, there's something wrong with me. There wasn't. She was just running a program. And she was always having that fuck it moment. And this is where everything breaks. Not the whole plan. A moment, a birthday, a wedding, a funeral, weekend with friends. She messes up once and then she'd say, screw it, I'll start tomorrow. And that one moment turned into a full day, then a week, then 3 weeks, then 50 pounds later. She's back at the beginning. Does that sound familiar? Well, I'm here to tell you that's not random. That's a pattern. And I lived this pattern too. 25 years as a bodybuilder, counselor, nutritionist, holistic nutritionist, gym owner. I can get results. I can make anybody lose weight. And I can get results for myself when I had a show. But the second the show was over, I'd gain it back. And the only reason I'd lose it again was because I had another deadline. So I had to ask myself, how can I know so much and still not hold the result? That's when I found it. It's not about more information. It's about what's actually running you. And when I saw that, it was honestly a little scary because I realized a program I didn't choose was actually choosing for me. And the real driver is your BS, your belief system. It was programmed before you had awareness, and now it's running 95% of your life, your behavior. So when you say, I want to change, but your system is wired for stay the same, guess what wins? Not your goals, your identity, your nervous system. Your nervous system will always choose what feels normal and what feels safe, even if that normal is exactly what you don't want. So let me break this down for you, because this is where people get confused. We know food is information, and food is sending messages to your body on how to express itself. So yes, food matters, but you already know what to eat. I'm pretty sure you're not confused about protein or carbs or fats or what's healthy. So why aren't you doing it consistently? Because you don't eat based on your knowledge. You eat based on who you're being in that moment. And if that identity is, I don't care right now, I deserve this, I'll start tomorrow, I don't want to stand out, I got to eat everything, finish on my plate, and be a good little boy or girl, you will override every plan you make. Let's talk about sleep and recovery. Your sleep is off and you're blaming menopause or your schedule or perimenopause or whatever the flavor of the day label is, or stress. But what you're actually doing, what are you actually doing? Scrolling, snacking, avoiding going to bed at a decent time because your system is dysregulated. So rest doesn't even feel natural, but distraction does. Again, not a sleep problem, a system problem. And let's talk about mindful movement. When you go into your workouts, you think more cardio, more intensity, more pushing, because you think that's the fix. But what happens? You burn out, you stop, you get hurt, you start again. All or nothing. That's not a fitness issue, that's identity. Your BS runs all of it. Your belief system runs all of it. So now let's look at this clearly. Food, sleep, movement, all being controlled by the same thing. Your BS, your identity, your nervous system. So you keep changing the behaviors without changing the freaking driver. And then you wonder why nothing sticks. Here's the moment I call the dog head turn. And this is where everything changes. And I see it all the time. This is the moment where my clients stop and go, oh my God, I knew there was something more. That's why I call it the dog head turn. Because something finally clicks. They realize, I'm not broken. I've just been running a program. And more importantly, I can change it. When that shifts, everything changes, and not just the weight. My clients start businesses, change careers, start new relationships, leave relationships, move houses, stop drinking, think clearer, stop gambling, get off medications. They stop fixing every problem and they start actually creating lives they love. The only problems they actually deal with now are the ones that are on the way to what they actually choose and want. That's it. So let me be crystal clear with you. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, in 1 year, you will be in the exact same place, maybe even worse. Same body, same frustrations, same starting over, just older and more tired of it. Or you can actually look at what's running you and shift that. So you stop repeating and start creating. Because once that identity changes, the behaviors follow automatically. So if you're sitting there thinking, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it. Good, because now you finally see why. So if you're done with your own BS and you're ready to actually change this, book a call. We'll look at your pattern and what's actually driving it and what needs to shift. The link is below. And if you're not ready, don't book it. But if you are, then stop watching and start changing.